Hi, Dr. Second Chance here. And today I'm going to talk about the quote or the idea that you are the average of the five people you spend the most time with, or you could say the five people that influence you the most. And this is based on a quote by a self help guru named Jim Rohn. And not everyone believes that that's the case, that you primarily become the average of the five people you hang out the most with, because that would sort of say that it's all environmental that determines how you are. You know, you have your own agency and your own consciousness, and decide to do and develop yourself. But the quote, though, has a lot of applications and a lot of truth into it. And so here's some ideas that I thought are worth talking about, especially since it is sort of framed in the idea of recovery. And in recovery, you have people that encourage you and move you in the right direction. But also part of recovery is a lot of times there's a lot of financial and work issues, and you need people that also will help you in that regard. And so, you know, what can we what do we know for sure? Well, we've all been exposed to people that suck the life and the joy out of us. I'm sure you've seen it. They're toxic, they're negative. When you talk to them, you just feel like bashing your head against the wall because it's so depressing and ugly. And so there's no doubt that we can have people around us that take us in the wrong direction. And so I think this quote, at least at the bare minimum, reminds us that it's possible to have people that are pretty toxic and not helpful. You know, they may be enablers, they may discourage us from having the right kinds of behaviors that we need to succeed. And so this this quote about you are the average of the five people around you that influence you sort of suggests that, yeah, if you have some people in there that are toxic, you're going to suffer and maybe have a bad and negative attitude yourself. Um, and sort of the follow up of that is sometimes we think that someone we've known for a long time, like maybe a first grade friend, automatically gets to stay in our inner circle and be one of the people that influences us the most because we've known them a long time. And I encourage you to evaluate your relationships, especially the people that you spend a lot of time that really affect how you feel, how you think, what you think, and don't base the composition of that group just on somebody that you've known a long time, because they may not be the right person and it may be time to change them out. It's very rare, actually, that a person that you've known a long time, if they haven't worked hard to grow, will be the person that is going to help you a lot. So, when you have people that are sort of an inner circle that are helping you, sometimes also we sort of feel like, oh, I just want, five cheerleaders. But that can be problematic as too. You don't want people that just say everything is fantastic and rosy. You need people that can give you constructive criticism in a way that's helpful and helps you grow. One of the things that you notice the difference between a novice and an expert is novices like a lot of positive feedback for validation that they're on the right path. But people that reach an expert category want very good, high level constructive criticism so that they can improve their level of expertise. You always need a devil's advocate around. Now, that doesn't mean someone is a jerk giving you feedback. You don't want people saying things like, that idea is stupid, or what are you thinking, or that's moronic. Yeah, a good no person or devil's advocate, can say things constructively and positively, and yet still outline areas for improvement. Now, sometimes we think that the only people that might be in our inner circle of five are people that are physically located near us. And in the era of the online and internet, there's no reason why you can't have somebody who profoundly influences you from a distance. As a matter of fact, you might not even know them. Some people would argue just watching a lot of high quality training videos and things like that from a certain person could be the way you're influenced, and count that person as your five inner circle. And of course, there's all sorts of coaches and mentors that are also available online. And so I'd highly encourage you to look into that. There's also something called Mastermind Groups, which is kind of peer to peer people that get together to help each other grow in certain areas. They frequently are in the same sort of area of business. Um, the Another idea that is sort of generated from the quote, "We become the average of five people," is it sort of puts the onus and emphasis on you to choose who you spend your time with. And um, the reality, especially of recovering from drug and alcohol addiction, is that your life will change. New people will come into it that'll help you, and most likely some relationships will be terminated or put on hold or put very strong boundaries around while you grow and recover. And because there's just so much time, there's just only so many hours in the day. And so it may be some new people that help you, you spend time with, and some of your drinking buddies that still want you to drink. You just tell them you can't spend time with them anymore, or only under very strict conditions, like you go to Waffle House and there's no alcohol involved and that sort of thing. Another idea that this quote, "You become the average of the five people that most influence you," suggests is the whole sort of idea that you cannot guarantee that you can remain immune from having a lot of negative people in your life. Negative people in your life um, can and will eventually affect your mood, like whether you have a depressed mood or feeling anxious. They will suggest ways of thinking that are not helpful, of defeatist thinking or unrealistic thinking, many, many different ways that they can model thinking that's not helpful for you. And being continually exposed to them, you cannot guarantee that this will not affect you. It will. It's just a reality. And so you need to pick your inner circle very carefully. And finally, the sort of a really extended idea of you become um, the average of the five people that most influence you is maybe you should try and become one of those five people for someone else. When you take the time to coach and mentor and teach, the amount of learning and development that occurs for you rapidly accelerates. And so that's also another possible application of considering the quote, "You become the average of the five people that most influence you, or that you hang out with the most or spend the time with." Anyways, I hope these thoughts have been helpful. We'll talk to you and see you next time. Bye.